So what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6, and before we start, huge thank you to all you guys who subbed this week. It's a privilege to have you on the channel. Thanks for reaching out, all the comments and the fun things we exchange. So if you're new here, drop a like, subscribe. You know the drill, okay? So what I want to do today is go to some things of Year 5, Season 4. Operation Neon Dawn is almost upon us. I had some issues with the test server yesterday, and I'm currently downloading it again while we're speaking. So I wanted to do this video actually yesterday, but I was basically swearing a lot to my PC, but that's it. So Operation Neon Dawn, it's revealed. We're getting a map rework, as you know, a skyscraper map rework. I'm super excited for that one. I always love the map itself. Looking forward on how challenging or how optimized it's going to be, and if it's going to be in ranked as well. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to the new operator. It's a bit of a hybrid, right? It's got some Capcan things, it's got some castle things going on there, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But there are also some designer notes for Year 5 Season 4, which is also going to be tested into the test server itself, right? So things that have been discussed heavily this season is the utility meta. For people who play Rainbow Six Siege a lot, and currently they recognize it now also that the current meta revolving around heavy utility in defense is causing issues to the health of the game. And well, there's no Chinese in there. It's no lie. This is actually what is happening, especially when you have Jaegers, you have Wamais, all those kind. Even the shields. It's getting really OP'd if you see what defense can pull off right now. So let's go into this step by step, because they've taken some measures to address that. So catcher operators are able to deny attackers utility projectiles, and the combination of several defenders on these types within the same lineup, putting a heavy strain on the attacking side. We're trying to lower the amount of projectiles denied by the operators within a single round. So currently those catcher operators can deny 5 to 6 projectiles per round. We are aiming for something closer to 3 to 4 per operator. So the first one who's going to get a rework is Jaeger. A single ADS will no longer deny several projectiles in quick succession. We expect this change to lower his denial ability to be around 3 projectiles per round. Wamai is losing 1 magnet. This will mechanically lower his ability to deny projectiles to 4. And Aruni has been designed with that constraint in mind. Similarly to Jaeger, she would have a denial ability of 3 projectiles. She will have less option to place her gadgets than Jaeger. So as you can see, guys, they're really trying to give the attacking side some room for breath. Sometimes it was really a pain. For example, Consulate to attack the garage door to open it. A lot of ADSs, a lot of Wamais, making it almost impossible to get rid of things and to try to open up. So pushing forward, defense and bulletproof utility. Catches are great at protecting already resilient utilities. Bulletproof gadgets. Changes to catches should mechanically affect bulletproof gadgets. That being said, we will continue to keep a close eye on these operators. We will react accordingly and tweak some of them in the necessary, Malusi and Goyo in particular, of course. We reshuffled the distribution of quite some secondary gadgets, including deployable shields. See the operator breakdown below. We'll get there in a minute. Dependency on Ashe and Sophia. The utility meta forced attackers to heavily rely on projectiles, mostly explosives one, in order to deal with the bulletproof utility. In that regard, both Sophia and Ashe, to a lesser extent, turned out to be mandatory picks. This led to making these 2 operators with already a solid loadout even more appealing. Our goal is to have as much diversity as possible in terms of operators' presence, even in a competitive environment. We're not ignoring this aspect of the issue. I think that it's good that they're keeping a close eye on this one. There's no need to change this because they're now already changing a lot in the field of the catchers, and they're changing a lot in the field, which we'll see in the operator breakdown and the shuffle around the shields. So I think it's good to leave Ashe and Sophia where they are right now and see what the effect on the changes in the defending side are first. We've also been working on another solution to let attackers deal with defenders' utility. That solution is not completely ready for now, but we're looking forward to tell you more soon. So they've got things in mind there. Operator balancing, that's pretty good. So Hibana added configurable shot to the X-Kairos launcher. So she can now switch between the amount of projectiles she can launch, which makes her actually a very good asset. She was already pretty good, but I think she lost a lot of momentum, especially to Ace, for example. And I think she now can really claim her spot again. So the newly added configurable shot will allow more flexibility, as Hibana will choose the number of Kairos to be shot. She will be able to select between 2, 4, or 6 per shot, and we've made several changes to the gadget to make sure that the user experience stays smooth and self-explanatory. Which is actually good, Hibana was really one option, and that's the way to go with Hibana. I do think she's still really strong, but she lost a lot of momentum due to the lack of flexibility here. We felt that we needed to provide attackers with more heart-breaching options to even out the odds and reduce the pressure on the attacking side. Our first step was to introduce the secondary heart breach, and the next step was to look at the resource management of heart breaches. Until today, Hibana had to waste quite some Kairos whenever a hatch or a castle barricade had to be destroyed. Following Year 5 Season 4 update, Hibana will be able to manage her resources as follows. Hatches will require 4. The extra 2 pellets won't be used anymore. Castle's armor plate will require just 1, which is great. It was 5. We expect Hibana to be able to open hatches more often and to be more useful and creative in this spot. She will now have the possibility to open 1 extra hatch if the resources are managed properly. Now we get down to Jaeger. The ADS can only catch 1 projectile every 10 seconds. So there's a cooling period here. Population targeted by this change, top ranked and pros. Yeah, okay. I consider myself top ranked. As we explained it in the introduction, the status of the utility meta is at the source of numbers of the issues. We believe that one way to tackle the subject is to look at how defenders counter the attack. Currently, attackers suffer from being unable to effectively destroy a number of gadgets. We believe that Jaeger as well as Wamai are part of the issue. With this change, we expect the attacking side to be more effective when spending projectiles on the defending setup. We also expect Jaeger to be a bit closer to Wamai in terms of presence, as the former is incredibly popular. I can understand. Wamai is a strong operator. Interaction between different catchers. Jaeger has priority over Wamai if both gadgets are placed at a similar distance from the projectile. The ADS will have the priority. This is good, There were sometimes it was just a complete area of ADSs and Wamais in a spot, but now the Jaeger will always have, when turned on and not cooled off, of course, it will always have the preference. If Wamai intercepts a projectile and brings it into the range of an ADS, the ADS will intercept the projectile and both gadgets will be used up. Zodiac gates block the line of sight of the ADS and of the magnet system. In any other case, the closest catching device is triggered. Echo removed cloaking to the yokai drone. Okay, so that was new for me. I'm actually quite happy with that. I don't know about you guys, but I just freaking hate dealing with an Echo. 1v1. You need to get a plan down, and your opponent freaking Echo got maybe 20 seconds to go, and you got 2 of those yokai drones still alive. You can't see them. You need to do so much. So I'm actually pretty happy that the cloaking is removed. Added deployable shield. Remove barbed wire. I think he always had a deployable shield. It was removed this season. People were not happy with that. Population targeted by this change. Casual, top rank pros. Yeah, fine. Echo has been targeted by operator bans since those were introduced. The feedback we gathered from the community indicated that the yokai drone was a constant source of frustration. I hear you. We consider that its cloaking ability played an important role in that perception. We also noticed that Echo turned out to be one of the most problematic operators in pro play for many teams. Drone invisibility is removed. We hope to reduce the operator ban in ranks. Echo mains will have to think twice before placing their drones. Using the ultrasonic bores should be riskier, more difficult, but also more rewarding. I think they're right. It was not an easy pick immediately, right? Because let's face it, the higher rank you have, the more flexible people are in terms of attacking. Again, playing against Echo, but still, Echo was really powerful. We also expect attacking teams to be a little less reliant on IQ, as she is not mandatory pick to deal with the Jaeger drones. Secondary get, the Japanese defender will have to spend more time using his drone. It's also true we've felt that giving him a deployable shield to protect himself is useful and make sense. His impact grenades may also be an interesting alternative for players versed in impact tricking. Now we come to Ash. Added Claymore, removed the stun grenades, added 1 extra breaching round from 2 to 3. Breaching round damage reduced to 50, was 90. So that's okay. She got 1 more, but they've been reduced. Okay, population targeted, fine. Ash boasts a very strong presence and currently is one of the best operators to counter Jaeger. And Womai, she has a central role in current utility meta, and we needed to have a close look at her. We would like players to focus on a primary gadget and incentivize the team play. The utility she brings is very important. We also need to provide attackers with more explosive projectiles to deal with the defending setup. By removing stun grenades, Ash won't be able to deal with projectile catches as easily. She goes down to 3 throwables from 5. And the extra breaching round should increase the number of utilities she can destroy. Dokkaebi added frag grenades, removed the stuns. Yeah, she suffers a bit from low presence, which, yeah, she's really useful, but I'm not really good of a player with Dokkaebi. She's an operator, brings intel already. By giving her back frag grenades, we wanted to be able to destroy bulletproof utility. Good. Twitch added the stun grenade, removed breach charges. Twitch has seen her presence reduced over the last few seasons as the F2 is not performing as well as it used to. By adding stun grenades to Twitch, we're aiming to making her, the French attacker, a better utility denial than she is now. Valkyrie added impact grenades, which I think is good, especially for roaming, right? The change is entirely focused on pro play, and it's ranked and casual. Players always prefer the C4 as a secondary target, which is actually true. However, the impact of her deployable shield in competitive play has been the source of many feedback and discussion. Fine. Womai added impact grenades, removed the deployable shield, removed the explosion when the magnet system self-destructs, reduced the number of magnets to 4 from 5. Very much like Valkyrie, Womai was identified as a source of discussion for pro players and analysts. His ability to rely on both the deployable shield as well as his ability to deny throwables made him an extremely strong defender that caused multiple issues on the attacking side. Fine. Overall magnets to reduce the pressure on attack. Okay. Then we got Zero, which I finally like. That we've had a lot of few seasons that I wasn't really into the new operators, but Zero is actually, I really like Zero. It's his setup, his loadout. And also the intel you can gather with the cameras. Added hard breach charges and removed the frags. I was extremely happy with the frags, but okay. Zero was released with a strong kit, and Maurice was able to be very autonomous, and we did not need to rely on his teammates as much as we would like to. That's actually true. You can really close yourself off and do your thing. The combination of primary gadgets having projectiles with frag grenades appeared too effective. We're aiming to making him more support focused and want him to deny defenders gadgets, flank wedge, and help breaching reinforcements. Okay, well, fine. These are I would say, not a patch note, but designer notes. We're going to have a look at the operator itself, and we're going to have a look at the map rework of Skyscraper. Join me. Here we go. Aruni is the new operator from Thailand, I believe. Let me check. I think so. So let's go over to her loadout. She has either the P10 or a DMR, the MK14 EBR, which is pretty interesting. You know, I think it's going to be a force to reckon with, if you ask me. If this been used properly, I think I will run the P10 for the foreseeable future. It's got a red dot, holographic, and reflect. Nothing actually huge. The same goes extended barrel, muzzle brake, compensator, and a suppressor. Here we go. Vertical grip, fine. On the DMR side, we have a 1.5 scope, which I think will be the preferable way to run this bad boy. As a secondary, the PRB 92, which is fine. Nothing really major. I think this one is going to be the biggest options for her. Although I will run the assault rifle more. Bulletproof camera and of course barbed wire. Being the main shield, the main thing will be how she can castle off the windows. Difficult 2 speed to div 2 armor 2 speed, so nothing major there. That's the quick peek in Aruni, guys. It's not massive, it's not huge. The DMR is the most eye-catching one, and I think, of course, how her ability will play out. Let's jump into a skyscraper.
The mission is to locate and defuse a bomb.
I know. Well, I got 10 minutes to explain to you guys. So if we're missing here the balcony in total, it's just completely gone. And also limits the options of spawn peeking, because usually there was a good... I think you only have one... Yeah. This exterior piece is, well, I would say big altered. You don't have this entrance anymore, you only have these two windows. Which brings you into this area here, which we all know is the restaurant sushi bar, which now has an additionally wall in between, which limits the options of getting caught in crossfire. But let's look at the exterior. This is fairly unchanged. The only thing is that this door has been changed, which was always a pretty... Yeah, you can still pull that off. Yeah. Bedroom. One window gone, two window gone, and an additional closet here. Okay. This was always a choke point. This is a bit bigger now.
You must recover the diffuser.
I don't need the diffuser. This window is gone. We always had this wall here. It's a bit more competitive, a bit more open, more focused on this. Then you have to worry about that. So one window. Yeah.
The diffuser has been recovered.
Okay. Makes sense. Here was a door that's now gone. Brings you up in the same area, which leads into bar and here into kitchen. That's still reasonably unchanged with some walls cutting it off. Okay, this window is gone, which was always a choke point as well. The window is still here. Is this window still here? It's still here. So what if you don't have this you don't have a default wall here. Okay. And then you will come up to karaoke and tea room. This was narrower. It was situated here. Which I think is better because it was such a choke point. Aha! So here we got the famous... Aha! This is now the interior of Dragon! So this exterior is gone. This was always a window, of course, as you knew, and eventually it will lead up to the balcony, which is now completely gone. And
you
if
located a bomb.
Karaoke is still... But now, there is no balcony anymore. Okay. Nice. It's a bit more competitive. Okay, this one was an open area with one. Is it still? Oh, here we go. Ah, this is still the same, more or less. And you still have the balcony here, but the balcony here is completely gone. And this is still here. Yeah. Drum. Okay. So this is not dragon, which will lead you into this office here. Usually this was a default wall. This was an exterior. This is really nicely done, boys. And this will bring you back into tea room. So you have a open connection now between tea room into dragon, which will lead you up into the VIP clearance. Okay. This window is now less chokier than it was, because usually you could sit right over there, hold the angle, and you couldn't do anything. Just put a freaking frost mat here, a cap can, and you're done. This window is completely gone. We have now beautiful drapes. 4:19. You still need to read.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
Yeah. Ooh. It's a great angle. This is still applicable for a run out. I would still suggest to open this one up, so you make it very easy and accessible. Yep. And here you go, you get drum again. This will lead you right into this area with tea and karaoke. That's more or less the same. Okay. This is a very interesting area now, you know, because this was always open, so you were always really exposed. Now you've got areas to battle per area, I would say. Yeah, nice. It actually makes more sense, and I think the rework really addresses those fine, tiny things that actually, yeah. From my perspective, if they haven't taken it out and didn't rework, the map was still fine, but what they did was actually pretty solid and actually makes a lot of sense. Here you go into kitchen, into barbecue. The map still feels the same. It's just those tiny little things that make a difference. There you go. It makes perfect sense, guys. This was it for me. It was just to give you a feeling on the patch notes, or I would say the designer notes for the coming season. I actually think that these guys really makes a huge difference in addressing the utility meta. I showed you around on a new operator, and I just did, as I always do, a small walk into the new area, into the new map. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like it, because I'm really looking forward to it. And as you could see, I was using the Nikon controller. For this one, I'm still plotting my way. I'm learning on mouse and keyboard a lot, but I'm still plotting my way to the challenge I have to see how far I can come with the Nikon controller on PC. Looking forward to your comments, guys. Are you looking forward to the new season? And for now, it's Movement 6.